go. Bang! Danny Davis, Friday evening, 5:30 in the p.m. Cable access television, most interactive television in the whole United States of America. Well, I've been in Chicago all week, but I've been listening to the news. I can tell you that. And watching news. Charlottesville, Virginia. What's going on there? Are we resurrecting, by any stretch of imagination, the prehistoric times before the Civil War? Are people trying to go back that far? Well, it seems to me that the strife, and there were people, I must admit, who predicted that there would be days like this. Mama said, Mama said. You remember that record? Mama said there would be days like this. Well, people have said there would be days like this in the United States of America, and I'm afraid that there are. What do you make of it? Are we heading towards certain kind of warfare? Or can we all just get along? Can't we all? Isn't America big enough for everybody that is here? My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, America. Or maybe you think of it another way. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above thy fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee and crowned thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. What is it? Or is it the America that Nazis, the America that skinheads, the America that Ku Klux Klan? Is it their America? But if it's their America, can it also be my America? It can be, you know. Well, let's go to the phone, see what our first caller got to say, will you?
Yeah, how you doing, Connie Davis?
James, I am here, and I'm good. How are you?
With Stacey Barker was here interview you Sunday morning on Channel 7. And Connie Davis.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I saw it. I said, I watched Channel 5 News Sunday morning, and then somebody told me, the guy told me to turn it on Channel 7. That was you and Stacey Barker.
Yes, indeed.
Medicaid and Medicare. Y'all did a good job. You and Stacey Barker, Congress Davis.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Hey, Congress Davis.
Yeah.
Hello? Yeah, when is the parade going to be down on the west side?
Yeah, it's going to be on the west side. It's,
I'll be out there tomorrow morning.
All right,
good
starts
job,
at...
You and Stacey Barker.
Yeah, starts at Bloomingdale,
Uh-huh.
1800 North and Central.
Okay, Congress Davis.
All right, thank you. You know, James is one of the most informative people that I know. He was talking about an interview that I did last Sunday morning on Channel 7. And you know, the interesting thing about that is while we were watching, some people were watching the interview, some of us were over at the Rock Church at that moment, having a press conference urging young men and African American men in particular to go to church, go to school, be a part of organizations and groups. There were 2 men being gunned down on the doorsteps of Friendship Baptist Church. where one of the gentlemen was taking his 3 sons to church, and he had invited one of his friends to go with them, and he was gunned down. DOWN. Killed. Life taken away. I've heard a lot of different things about it. Some people say that he had testified, one of the men had testified at a murder trial earlier, and it may have been retaliation. I don't know what it was, but I do know that no matter what it is just unbelievable. It is so unbelievable. And if you don't have some faith in something beyond yourself, I know that people shouldn't be trying to turn anything into religious crusades, and I don't. But I do believe that when I go to sleep at night, I say, Lord, keep me safe tonight till morning light appear. If I should die before I wake, I praise the Lord my soul to take. And you can add it another way. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. Well, I wish all children growing up could hear something kind of like that, or whatever you hear, whatever you see, whatever you believe. Oh, it's painful. It's painful. But I tell you what, I am glad to be here, glad to be alive. My mother would say, while the blood still runs in your veins, do all the good that you can for all the people that you can, for all the time that you can, and be blessed. Well, tomorrow is a big day. Let's go right on and take this call. Caller, are you there?
I'm here.
Yes, sir.
How are you, Congressman Davis?
I'm doing good.
I just want to let you know that I'm just calling to commend you on a job well done in the 7th Congressional District of Illinois. I'm a great, happy constituent of yours, and just letting you know that I'm praying for you and rooting for you. I'm behind you 100%. Keep up the great work.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you so very much.
You're welcome, and God bless you.
Bless you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You know, just sometimes a word of encouragement becomes a big help. I think of the song that says, if I can help somebody as I pass along, if I can cheer somebody with a word or song, if I can show somebody how to go right when they may be traveling wrong, then my living will not be in vain. I will have made a difference. And that's what I hope all of us will seek to do, is make a difference. So tomorrow we're going to be out cooking hot dogs and fun and frolicky. We got 5,000 hot dogs to cook tomorrow. And so if you want to come on out and join us as we cook hot dogs and mustard and relish and have music and do all the stuff that you do, trying to have fun and singing along. It's a good day for moving along, and it's a good day for singing a song, candy for the kids, and whatever. Just urging young people to go back to school. And when I was going to school, we had a song we used to sing. school day, dear old golden rule day. Reading and writing and arithmetic, taught to the tune of a hickory stick. You was my gal in calico, and I was your handsome boyfriend beau. Humpty, Humpty Dumpty, Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Ah, we used to just look forward. Up in the morning, out to school. The teacher is teaching the golden rule. Reading and writing and arithmetic, taught to the tune of a hickory stick. Caller, are you there? Yes, caller, go right ahead.
Yes, Congressman. And first of all, it's a great day to be on God's green earth.
It is indeed.
But listen, the Congressman, I've been telling you some things, and there's nothing about this president that says anything about president. He's not a politician. He's not many things. He just was a lucky man that got a chance to get in office. He's a businessman. And I don't even know how well of a businessman he is about that. He don't show his taxes.
He got a lot of money, though, it seems.
Well, I told you once before, this man need to own somebody's couch. He need to be on someone's couch. There's something that's not right with that man. Again, here you got one over there, the whole cabinet, and then you got Tweety Bird, the Attorney General. He's going off on things right now. It's just a mess. I've been on this earth for a very long time now, and who would ever thought that you would see the greatest office in the United States of America and the mess that we are in? It's just horrible. It was just horrible. And I hope one day some of these things that we tell you, maybe you could get it going. And maybe let's see what's really going on in that man's skull. Listen, thank you for taking the call.
All right, thank you.
Get out there. I want to hear your response.
Okay. Well, some people believe that, that the song says, money don't get everything is true, but what it don't get, I can't use. I need money. Lots of money, honey. Say your loving give me such a thrill, but your loving don't pay my bill. I need money. And it seems as though money is indeed beneficial to have. And I wouldn't mind having, as a matter of fact, there's a big lottery pool. A lot of money is in there. I better make sure I get me one of those tickets because I could have a lot of fun with $400-500 million. Whew, my goodness, just to even think about it. But it is sad. It's a sad day when a country as great as ours is divided and split, and people think it's not big enough for all of us to have thoughts, ideas, hopes, and aspirations. I think it is. We'll go back to the phone. Caller, are you there?
Good evening, Dr. Davis, U.S. Representative 7th District. I'm going to give some facts about those Confederate monuments. When you look at when they was constructed, most of them, they were during the height of lynching between 1910 and 1930, especially when Jim Crow was really going on, and it was a way of intimidating a certain minority group as well. And when you look at certain counties that have schools named after these Confederate generals, imagine you live in a county, you paying taxes, you happen to have a child of color, and they have to attend a school named after the Confederate general. And when you look at those, a certain person made comment about George Washington, and he made comments about Thomas Jefferson. Those monuments was made during slavery. And those are the facts. And whether you want to accept it or not, no other country will allow people to have statues up somewhere, especially of some people that was very treasonous. They broke away from our country. And you look over in Germany, they don't have no monuments. They now, it's a law against having monuments against those Nazis over there. And it is not one statue, one monument, not even a little, nothing of Adolf Hitler. But yet, we have that over here in our country. It is a time for all those type of monuments to be removed unless they be put in a museum. And I just maybe I gave a little of my opinion, but they have no place in our country. And then you got that nut to talk about, I can't think of that guy's name, that he said that was captured during World War II. Now, all those people that have monuments over, they lost a war. Now, why do we have monuments and we have to people that lost a war? If Donald Trump wants to stay consistent.
Well, I don't really have an answer other than to suggest that the people who had the authority went ahead and did that. But not only do I agree that the statues should be taken down, I know that there are many schools in neighborhoods where the ethnic group of the neighborhood had a school named for him or her, and they're no longer there. And I think those should be renamed after people who are more relevant to the existence of those who are there than those to whom they were named.
Now, you remember former Governor George Wallace. He changed his views near the end of his life. They got monuments to him. I could kind of understand leaving up monuments to him because he said he was wrong in his racial, his attitude, his opinion. And he crowned it. Now, stop me if I'm wrong, and some people do some fact-checking. He tried to change people's attitude in terms of race in this country, and he crowned the first Miss Black Alabama. Take care.
All right. Well, you know, that kind of history is good for us to know so that when we judge individuals, if we judge George Wallace, is he going to be judged by the George Wallace who stood in the door of Alabama State University to prevent, I think the young woman's name was Catherine Lucy, from attending? Or do you judge him by the crowning of the first black Alabamian as a Miss Alabama? You know, I always say it's not my sister, it's not my brother, but it's me, oh Lord. It's not my uncle, it's not my aunt, it's not my granddaddy, but it's me, oh Lord. Standing in the need of prayer, meaning standing in the need of change. I'm an individual who believes that everything begins with self. And if I'm going to try to get the splinter out of my brother's eye, and I've got a chunk of wood in mine, I think it's going to be kind of difficult. So our country has had a lot of trauma. I also need to know and need to say that on September 8th and 9th, we are having a major conference at the University of Illinois at the Forum at Roosevelt Road and Halsted Streets called The State of the African American Male, meaning that we want to look at why some of the things that happen are happening. Do you know that there are a lot of our young people, if we talk about the military, they can't go to the military because they've got records before they get old enough to register for the military, or before they're old enough to be seriously considered. So I'm just hoping. I hope and I pray. Yeah, I pray. Government and politics, some folks say, does not mix. Religion and politics, some folks say, does not mix. But I must confess that I knew about religion before I learned about politics. I remember a song that one of the gospel singers used to sing. Have you got good religion? Certainly, Lord. Certainly, Lord. Are you on the battlefield? Certainly, Lord. Certainly, 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 Lord. Have you been to the river? Certainly, Lord. I think all of that had to do with self-enhancement. You see, I believe that if people got something they can connect to besides themselves, in times of stress, they can get relief. So be a part of some of these events and things. You know, on August 26th, as a former alderman, fellow who, used to have a lot of food and stuff to give away, and he gave it away. His name is Wallace Davis. He used to have a restaurant, Catfish Corner. And of course, he's ill and sick, and his eyes are going bad. So we're going to try to cheer him up a little bit out at Robinson Ribs and Sports Bar at 848 Madison Street in Oak Park, Illinois. And if you want to know about this event, just give my office a call, 773-533-7520. And somebody there can tell you about the tribute to former Alderman Wallace Davis. Our time is about to run out, so let me just wish all of you a wonderful weekend. Let me suggest that you stay abreast of the news, because Trump comes up with something every week worth knowing about. And it's always a pleasure for me to be with you. I'm wearing my Sunday clothes today because I'm going to a dinner tonight out at the Oak Brook, and it's a meeting of the Black Newspaper Association. And we're going to be talking about everything, and I'll tell you next week what we talked about. Have a good one.